Friday. Bubbles! Because who doesn't want soap spit all over at the beginning of their day on their desk? We got a different drum. This is another $150 meditation drum, but this one's different. So, oh yeah, maybe I could laugh into this. Woo! Okay. Have you ever been to a drum circle? Oh man, those are pretty magical. You don't even have to know what you're doing. You just are slapping your drum all over, and it ends up being to the beat with the group. Well, I mean, unless there's only one of you, that would not be a drum circle. It'd be more like a drum solo. But if you find a circle, there's one in Asheville that's amazing. There's probably 200 people there each week, which is, oh my gosh. Even if you don't even have a drum, if you have, you can just go there and clap, you can go dance, you can just feel the energy of the drum circle. Oh my gosh, it is magical. Let me know if you've ever been to one, and if you have, which one did you go to, and how did you feel about it? I've gone to some that have been indoors, outdoors. Um, Me personally, because I'm sensitive to different sounds, the indoor one was a little bit louder, so I did bring earplugs. But I love that when you come all collectively together, galactic, uh, how it just like all works out and just sounds so amazing. Because it's really just a song on the fly, right? It's just coming from you and everybody else, and then it all just kind of goes together. I love it. Plus, we should all be to the beat of our own drum, right? Let me know what juice you're drinking. Are you drinking coffee? You got your pajamas on? You're getting ready for the day? What's going on? I got some fun, well, maybe not so fun things to talk about this week. I made a few notes, so I'm just gonna stick with my zero proof vodka. Just kidding. You gotta stay hydrated. Oh my gosh, are you so tired this week? I am so tired this week, like physically. I can't get my words. I'm putting the car in reverse when I should be driving forward. Shh, don't tell Josh. Uh, yeah, but are you having like brain fog this week? I feel like we're just being bombarded with like different frequencies and different things happening, and we're trying to like physically integrate it into our body, and so we just need to rest. Just rest. Just get some rest if you can. Go to bed early. That is self care. That is not selfish. So take care of yourself. Grounding, stay hydrated, you know, stay off of things that bother you, like social media. Obviously, we're here, but I mean, for like news stories, don't go out searching for, bad information that's gonna, bring your mood down. So, uh, okay. So I've told you about Mayflower, right? I was been staying with the Highland Cow. Well, not staying with her. I mean, for an hour each week, and sending her some little energy, and she is doing much better. So that's good news. They put her out into the field, and I got to see her on Sunday. They had like a free little picture session, and it was really funny because I was out in the field laughing with the picture people. I know, imagine that, right? Lame. And all of a sudden, I look over, and Mayflower is just standing there by herself watching. And because I know she's sassy, right? This Highland Cow has her own little attitude, and she is so sassy. And they said, "Hey, do you want a picture with Mayflower?" And I thought, yeah, right, she is not going to be having that. So as I'm walking over to her, she was like squinting at me like, I know you're not coming over here. And so as soon as I got probably a foot from her, I just held my hand out like that, and she's like, no. And then she just started walking off. But she's putting more weight on her foot, so that is good news for Mayflower. So if you have a little bit of good healing energy, please send it to Mayflower. She's a white Highland cow, probably about, not to be putting her weight on blast, but probably like 600-700 pounds, I guess. I don't know. She's a heavy little nugget. Hey, Tanya buddy, hi. And so yeah, so send Mayflower some good little juju if you have it. And also, oh yes, let's look at this cute little wig, right? Oh, Cora yelling. This wig is brought to you by this fun little salon that I go to called. Hey, 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 hey! No, no, no! We're not doing that. Oh, it's people outside with the trash. So, I go to this cute little salon called my bathroom, right? So that's always a good time being in the bathroom for your wig to get done. I wanted to share something that's probably a little bit harder to talk about and not a lot of people do talk about. So, a few episodes ago on our podcast, we had a death doula, and her name is Christy Sue, and she came on to talk about how, like, end of life setup is so important. And we don't really talk about it. Like, we'll put things in writing, but because it's so kind of taboo and it's kind of a dark subject, literally, right? It's like the end of your life. But what she does is she kind of has a little process that she goes through with you that you can document different things. So as a Christmas gift, Jeff Jones got a one-on-one session with her for me, and my appointment was going to be this week. So I started doing some different investigations on different things that I want. So me personally, I want to be cremated and put in a firework. Well, as I start checking into this, I Googled cremations in fireworks. And then I found out there are cremation fireworks. Who knew? So, and for those of you that don't know me, I was born on July 4th, so it makes sense because I came in with a bang. I need to go out with a bang, right? So, uh, I call a funeral home to start getting information so I can get it in my packet of my last things that I would like, right? Plus, it's going to make it so much easier for the people that are around you. They're going to be devastated. And do you really want them making decisions for you, at the end, when you could have just told them what you wanted and made it that much easier for everybody? I mean, it just seems like common sense, right? But it's so taboo that we don't talk about it. So I'm giving you permission to talk about it. And it doesn't even have to be with a death doula. It has to be like, if you're not comfortable talking to your family, get with her. Get with somebody who you can share that information with. Share it with somebody outside of your family, because if somebody wants to, you know like, contest whatever you want, it's your wishes. Plus, when you leave, the people that are left there may not be in the mess. They're going to be a mess, but in the best mindset to make the best decision that you want. Plus, that puts a lot of pressure on them. They're trying to make the best decision for you. Just tell them what you want, right? That easy. Get it. Here, let's slap the drum for that. Yes. So I call a funeral home in the next city over, and the guy answers, and I said, "Hey, I have a crazy question. I'm interested in being cremated and put in a firework." He said, "Oh, ma'am, that's a great question. We used to use this company at Atlanta that used to do that, and you had to pay them to come up and do like a whole fireworks display, and then they would put some of your cremains in the firework, and then but unfortunately they went out of business because they got sued." Ah, burp, burp, burp. Okay. So then he starts to give me some personal suggestions. So he starts telling me that I can suggest to my family to remove gunpowder from the shell and put the cremains in the shell and shoot it out with confetti at a gun range. Okay, that's a little bit a lesser of a display than I was looking for, but okay, good options. Nice to have options. And then he says maybe a cheaper option would be to rent a uh, Civil War reenactment group, and as they do the cannon explosion, put some little cremains in there and then shoot it out. I could not Stop. We were laughing so hard. Oh my gosh. So I thought that was just so funny. Um, First of all, like I'm calling to check on firework remains, right? So that was pretty hilarious. I don't think I'll be participating in either one of those suggestions, but I really appreciate his enthusiasm for sharing some information for me. So, um, do you feel like that's kind of a taboo subject? Do you feel like have you had conversations with your friends or family about the things that you want to do, or have you put it in writing, or do you feel prepared? Feel free to let me know where you're at with that if you would like, because I'm just genuinely interested. And I didn't have the meeting with Christy Sue just yet because she wasn't feeling well, but I'll let you know how it goes. So I'm just working on my paperwork to fill out for her. Uh, so this week we did a live video on Facebook with we had our podcast this week with Christy Donaldson, and she's a psychic coach, development coach from Australia, and she is a co-founder of the Black Sheep Collective. And we talked, oh gosh, it was probably 80 minutes, and it seemed to just fly by like that. It was such a great conversation, and she talks about how to um, like where you're at in your life, things you can do, her perspective on timelines and things like that. So if you can go back and check out that live video, it's also on YouTube on the So Much Energy YouTube page, and then the podcast will be out today. The audio will be out today, and Jeff Jones made a hilarious commercial in the middle of it. So it's at about 20 minutes or so. So yes. Oh, I know, Tanya. Yes, Team Cremation. I'm out, right? Yes. Yes. Thanks for sharing. So, if you get a chance, please listen to that. Christy is amazing. Her accent is gorgeous. Her attitude and just the whole midlife crisis, black sheep, feeling is. We all share that. It seems like most of us feel like we either don't fit in or we're trying to figure things out and all the things. And she's super helpful and gives like some little steps, and shares her journey as well. So, and why she got there, and 80 minutes of information. So it was a great podcast. So check that out. I did want to share something that I will call a spiritual violation. Okay, so another dark topic for this week, but it did come up, so I wanted to share it. Not everything is like all love and light. Like, yes, I love to share love and laughter with the world, but hey, dark, crazy things happen. So I wanted to share. Um, I was given a message from somebody that I trust that shared with me that there's going to be somebody that is going to try to give me a bracelet. And her knowing me, I would absolutely accept a gift, right? Like my love language is gifts and acts of service. So if somebody gives me a gift, that feels very loving to me, right? Like that's my love language. So of course I'm going to accept the gift. And she knew that. And she was being shown uh, somebody giving me a bracelet, and this bracelet having a curse on it because they're jealous of me. Okay, uh, to each his own. That's fine. Uh, but she told me I cannot even accept the bracelet. So even if I touch it and don't wear it, I'm still gonna get the residual juju of this bracelet, right? So knowing that, she asked her spirit team, how does she reject this bracelet? Because I know her and she would accept it as a gift. And they said to tell this person, and I'm sharing this with you too, because I feel like if you need to use this at any time, it's available, that I am on a spiritual cleanse and I'm not able to accept this gift. And then you are respectfully declining it, right? I felt very empowered by that answer because I would have accepted it and then probably just put it somewhere, and then I'm tied energetically to this bracelet, and then who knows what could have happened. Uh, so I just want to share that, we should all be in spiritual integrity and ethical, and that doesn't always happen, especially in a genre of things that are happening that you can't really see. So, and I I took a spiritual oath as well, like as a Reiki master, and in being a Reiki master, you and doing Reiki, any sort of energy, you have to be ethical because if you are let's say you are here now, right? And if I send you energy, that is technically a violation because you didn't ask for it, right? I didn't get consent. So a lot of times if I say, like um or if you're listening to meditations or other videos, right? Oh, Cora's on the treadmill over here. Uh, they'll say at the beginning, if you allow this to come in, please say yes in your mind's eye or your mouth, or say it out loud. So this being brought to my attention, I want to make sure, especially at the end when I'm like, I'm putting out the good little juju for you. I will ask from now on, I will make sure that it is clear that that is acceptable so that there is not a violation. I know putting a spell on somebody is a direct violation of because you are intentionally doing something to spiritually hurt that person. So, um, but even if you are doing something for spiritual goodness too, it's still not with consent. So you want to make sure that you always get consent, right? So, if you would like to feel this energy, put your arm out like this if you would like, if you consent, and then I am giving you some arm squeezes to transfer that good energy. So, yeah, and let's just put that out there. If you would like to rebuke and reject anything that is not for your highest and greatest good, right? And that's why I put all the booby rocks in too. And keep them all over, right? Like you can use bells to get that out of there. Do your little energy cleanse and make sure. But sometimes you just have to check with the intention of what somebody else is doing to you or to us, right? So I just wanted to share that because that was new to me. And we had uh, healing circle last Sunday night. So we do healing and prayer circle every Sunday. Nope, every first Sunday of the month, unless it's a holiday. And so the next one is June 7th, I believe. Let me just check the calendar real quick. Yeah, June 7th. It'll be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Zoom. And you can, it's the same link each month. So once you get the link, you can use it. It's free. And we get, with the smaller groups, we're able to share a little bit more. But if the group gets really large, we won't be able to share, have everybody share. Not everybody shares, but if you would like to share, you have the option. Share your experience. What are you feeling? What did you feel? Just as it's just a connection point that you can give that information if you would like. And then also it is just, I love it too because not that it has to be, but a validation of, if let's say if I'm or spirits doing healing on that person, right? And because you've come to the circle, so you at the beginning, I just ask that if everybody's here and would like that healing, that they receive it. And if they don't want it, they don't have to have that as well. And so this time, well, each month seems to be spirit keeps giving more and more messages. So I end up with like a whole notepad of notes that I'm like sharing with the group. That ends up just being like a whole thing. Um, so last month or last weekend was, sharing information about, someone had a heartbreak and how something for them to get over it. And um, also the one girl who gets messages through music, she's going to have people start coming to her like through her mediumship abilities that are celebrities. And so I just wanted her to be prepared for that. Spirit wanted her to know that. So just different messages get to come through because the collective energy kind of amplifies the messages that can come through. They get in way easier. And um, each circle that we've had, each person has gotten a healing and a message. So I can't guarantee that every month, but I can share that it's happened for the past year and a half. So I would expect it to continue to happen unless it's 300 people. Then I can't give messages to everybody. But Also, if you register and you can't make it, I can still send the recording to you and you can still get the healing energy from that group because it's still energetically in there. And we'll put the healing out to the people that attend that are there or not there that have registered. So if that's something that you'd like, I can always send a link to the video. We would just ask that you keep that private because out of respect for everybody else. So those are the things from this week. If you have anything, let me know how you're feeling. Are you tired this week? Have you noticed like a brain fog? I know a lot of people too. Well, I've had several people reach out saying that their female cycle has been like real crazy. I know that we have 2 full moons this month, so that's kind of crazy. So if you find that your cycle is kind of woo woo woo, then yes, that could be. Um, Yes, I get it, Izzy. I get it. I get it. Back to the earth, right? Nature. Yeah, I get that. Um, and I love that choice too, right? Uh, yeah. So I am so excited for this weekend. If you have any fun plans, feel free to let me know. I'd love to support you in that. And if you have any questions or energetic whatever you'd like to share, feel free to put it here. I would love to hear it. And there'll be more storytelling coming up. I don't know what that looks like just yet, but I'm going to put that together. And I can't wait to be back. So I hope you have an amazing weekend. Check out the podcast. Stay spiritually protected. And I'll see you again next week. Okay, bye.